I've got the spores, the sickness, SD twins in my brain.
The rainbows shone above the André Pétrieux Velodrome in Roubaix. Mathieu van Der Poel completed a historical double, while Lotte Kopecky fought her way back from what seemed to be a lost position in the sprint. You can hear it already, there's enough stuff to review, and at the same time we will look ahead to the Amstel Gold Race in this new Domestique Cycling Podcast. And luckily, I won't have to do that on my own, as I'm joined again by my domestique Ethan. Ethan, did you enjoy the Hell of the North, mate?
Enjoy as in good racing, no, but in terms of the performance that we see from Mathieu van Der Poel, yes, it was something that anyone will be watching on repeat for the next 50 years, I think.
So you basically said it wasn't good racing? You think it was boring?
It was a bit boring, yeah. I think a lot of people turned off maybe. There was a lot of other sports on that time as well, so Man United, Liverpool, turn that on.
So you watched football instead?
I did, yeah, in the last 10k. And turn it back on for the podium fight, which is nice.
After winning Tour of Flanders in his rainbow jersey, Mathieu van Der Poel did the same at Paris-roubaix last weekend. How historical is that win in your eyes?
Very historical, because you don't see many riders achieve that, do you? Let's be honest. And will many riders repeat that as well? Because the situation that Van der Poel has had this year is kind of luck, and the competition as we progress is going to get harder and harder. So will anyone repeat it? I don't know.
I remember me saying last year, if Van der Poel can get close to the level he was in 2023, it would be insane. But mate, he's not even equaling. He's doing better.
Yeah, his peak is maybe 25% more, I'd say, and then he's at his peak, which is crazy. If he improves, imagine if he improved his climbing, you'd be like,
don't think about that.
Yeah, you'd be finished.
With 3 Tour of Flanders victories, 2 Paris-roubaix cobblestones, and the win at Milano-San Remo, is he the greatest one-day rider of his generation?
Yes, and there's no doubt about it, is there? Let's be honest. Wow, if he had more luck, I mean...
Yeah, but the results aren't there, so...
Yeah,
is there anyone getting close, in your opinion?
No.
Not even Tadej Pogačar?
Pogačar, yeah. If he did Paris-roubaix, for example, would Pogačar win it? That's what I'd love to see. Just imagine him doing that.
Do you think Mathieu van der Poel has everything it takes to win all 5 monuments?
No, I don't think he has everything. The climbing is the issue for me.
So you think Liège and Lombardia are too
We had
hard?
a discussion about this, didn't we? Lombardia, no chance he wins that. Absolutely no chance he wins that. Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Look, again, it has to be.
In my opinion, it depends on who's lining up there. Against
Yeah,
Pogačar, against Evenepoel, against maybe Roglic, will be difficult. I agree, Lombardia is way too hard. Do you think Pogačar can win all 5 monuments?
100%. I think that as well. Do you believe that?
I agree. Do you think Remco Evenepoel can?
Yeah, I definitely believe it. I want to see Remco take on the Ronde in the coming years, but obviously he has a crash which always impacts him every year.
Well, if the results are there at Tour de France and Soudal Quickstep keeps on underperforming in the classics,
Play a
I think they'll
card,
ask
basically, yeah.
Remco, please help us out here. Come to Flanders. Ethan, we all know you're a huge UnoX Mobility fan. Did you enjoy the monumental day for the team, taking its first top 10 in a monument ever, with Søren Werenskjold finishing in 9th at Paris-roubaix?
It's a very, 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 very good all-round team performance, in my opinion, as well. You picking up a massive chunk of UCI points. Werenskjold, very, very strong guy. You see his build; he's just a massive guy, complete unit. He really suits Paris-roubaix. Christoph won his sprint in the group, as he always does, because he's a menace. Abrahamsen finished 27th or 26th. So yeah, and you've seen his hands afterwards, because...
Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, always
My
like blisters
goodness.
and stuff, isn't it, on his hands?
And compare that to Mathieu van der Poel, his hands looked like he was just getting out of bed.
Yeah, I've seen. I'm sure everyone else has probably seen it as well. The average Rob video when do Paris-roubaix. His advice is to have loose grip on the handlebars, and yeah,
What do you think is the cause of that difference in the hands between Mathieu van der Poel and basically everyone else in the peloton?
Van der Poel's cyclocross background for sure. I think.
Yeah, he's basically floating over the cobbles instead of hitting them.
It's like gliding, isn't it? It's like a gazelle. It's whoop. Or like I'm gonna say like a maglev train. You know, like where it floats. It's just like woof over the cobbles. It's crazy.
All right, let's review Paris-Roubaix with a couple of takes of mine. You can discuss whether you agree or not. So here we go with the first one. The Alpecin Deceuninck display was the most impressive team effort in recent years.
Yes, I think definitely. They controlled probably every kilometer apart from 10, I'd say. Just literally insane.
They were at the front of the race from kilometer 1 until the very end, at least in the peloton. I think Oscar Riesebeek controlled the breakaway during the first kilometers. Yeah, I think those guys, was actually a pretty strong breakaway with Kasper Asgreen in there, with Bertrand Hagenes in there. So I thought, watch out for these guys. It's
That's what
a
everyone
strong
thought
group.
as well.
But Alpecin, they didn't even give them 2 minutes.
It was like, yep, you're not having any more than 1 minute 30. It's like, went, poof, you're not having that. Cheers. And just reeled them back in. It's insane effort.
And then once they hit the first cobbled section,
Oof.
Alpecin was at the front with 4 or 5 guys all of the time. And that's, in my opinion, a huge advantage. You can see the cobbles you hit. You're not in the middle of the bunch riding into holes or I don't know what. Yeah, basically Philipsen and Van der Poel, they were protecting the whole time. Then you after that first, I think it was after sector 2 or 3, there were kind of echelons.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the feeling Alpecin was riding that hard. But there was like a group of 20 riders left.
I seen like on Twitter some meme, and it was like, you know, like the for like Tudor times where the guys were carried around like in like the cart, and it was just a meme of all the Alpecin guys around him and Van der Poel in the middle. That he was literally protected so well.
It was insane. 20 to 30 riders left after 3 cobbled sectors. And then imagine the organization putting that chicane, thinking that 100 riders would arrive there at the Troué d'Arenberg. But yeah, it was a joke, wasn't it?
I mean, the chicane, if everyone was all there, it looked like it was going to be chaos, didn't it? Because you could just see, even with 20 or 30 riders, it was borderline.
Could you feel the attack of Mathieu van der Poel coming that far away?
Yeah, definitely. Because he's just too strong for everyone, isn't he? There's not really much anyone can do.
Which Alpecin Deceuninck rider impressed you the most?
Vermeersch. I think he was super strong in the day, and he probably also could have won, you know, if Little Trek didn't chase that Koen and Pollitt.
Absolutely.
You probably could have podiumed up one.
Imagine, all right, it will never happen, but imagine Mathieu van der Poel just rides along and doesn't attack. Then, I think Vermeers was strong enough to win the race. They could have won with Vermeers, they could have won with Phillips, and they could have won with Mathieu van der Poel. It's such luxury.
It's literally like playing like a fantasy team. Pick, choose, or playing Pro Cycling Manager as always.
The Galacticos.
Yeah, if you would literally play that, you just quit the game. But there's no point even trying, is there?
All right, on to take number 2. The fact that Mathieu van der Poel barely punctures or crashes is based more on skill than luck.
50-50. It has to be. Do you agree with that? 50-50?
I don't, actually. Definitely not when it comes to puncturing. I think that's really a skill Mathieu van der Poel has. He knows where he's riding. Reckons are also really important when it comes to Roubaix. So he knew every cobble. He takes risks, yes, but I think it's more skill than luck, to be honest.
I think 60-40 now, check my mind. But he also has never really been involved in crashes. You never ever see him in crashes.
Well, that's different in my opinion, because, I'm not saying he would have crashed 100% if he was part of Dwars door Vlaanderen as well, but there was a big chance. Sometimes it depends on luck whether someone crashes in front of you or not.
Yeah.
And if you got nowhere to go, you're just hitting the deck. So I think puncturing is more of like a skill at Roubaix. Crashing is different. But of course, the bike handling skills of Van Der Poel, they are out of this world. Also, that's for sure.
It's a testament to Canyon as a bike brand itself as well, because you never see them mess up at all, do you really? Well, you had Philipsen with a bike.
Philipsen had a puncture, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that moment changed the race? Because they were the four of them at the front, with Pedersen, with Van Der Poel, Philipsen, and I think it was a Team Visma Lease bike rider, one of the Van Dijk brothers. But then Philipsen, he punctured. Do you think that moment caused a different scenario?
No, I think it was really pre-planned where Van Der Poel was going to attack, let's be honest. He was like, got his book out, imaginary book, picked it out there, that's our attack, and boom, gone. So...
Did you see his acceleration in the Troué d'Arenberg?
Yes.
Were you thinking for 1 second, oh my God, he's going to attack and go solo for 100 kilometers?
If he put that little bit more, he genuinely could have done it as well. That's the thing. And I think I've seen the entered in 25 kilometers an hour into the Arenberg. Obviously, there was a tailwind, but I think they did the fastest time on the Strava segment, but obviously tailwind. So,
and with that chicane in front.
Yeah, and the chicane as well. So does it equal it out? I don't know. But cycling nowadays is just crazy fast.
I read a stat as well. I think Cyrus Monk, who was the last to finish at the Velodrome out of time limit, he was even faster than Fabian Cancellara when he won. Of course, it was massive tailwind. Maybe when Cancellara won, it was headwind. But still, it's insane to think about.
I've seen that for some Abrahamson as well. He finished 27th. But all previous editions, he would be the winner of Paris-roubaix. And then going back to Cyrus Monk, he said, like, I don't know if you've seen the analogy of what he said about Paris-roubaix. He said it's like the Hunger Games, where basically everyone is just chanting on you until you drop. And I like the Ghana quote from last year with a Russian roulette.
You know what's so fascinating about Roubaix? Every rider at the start and at the finish is complaining about how hard and how tough it is, how hard the pain is on their hands and everywhere on their body. But 2 days later you read, I read it from Tom Pidcock now. Man, this was so epic. I want to do this again. It's must be a weird feeling.
I'm trying to think of what it's like. I don't know. I can't think of an analogy to describe it for them. But it's, I don't know what makes them like it at the end, but
I don't know. Maybe the atmosphere, the kick you get from riding through all those fans.
But fans come out in force, don't they, for that? I think it's the best fan atmosphere you can probably get. That's going to be.
You were on Paterberg.
Paterberg was sick as well. That was insane as well. But some of the stuff I've seen from all the cobbled sectors, it just looks crazy.
Yeah, it's something special. That's for sure. On to take number 3. The Alpecin Deceuninck opponents disappointed us.
Yes, 100%. Little Trek effed up, I think. Effed up. Because you know what he's going to do, so try something else. Like, I don't understand it. They just sit there and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch you go. Yeah, bye-bye. Try something. You know, like Kung and Pollitt, where he went, and then Little Trek chased him. Stupid.
Were you disappointed in Mats Pedersen as well?
He had that puncture, didn't he? That kind of messed him up. But Mats Pedersen, overall, yes.
You know what the problem was? The domestiques of Alpecin and Deceuninck, they were simply too strong. They controlled the whole race. It was like they had 20 dogs on the leash.
No, it's just
Going for
crazy.
a walk.
They were all like in sync, everything perfect. It's like if you're like a sports director, you're just gonna look at that and go, "Yeah, that's the perfect race." What did he do wrong? Nothing.
Exactly, nothing. Was there anyone in particular who disappointed you?
I'll say again, little trick. I think we say
The
there
hate
was,
is big.
and you had what's his second favorite? He was second favorite, but try something. He's gonna do come up with something. It frustrated me. Team Visible Lisa bike, obviously, probably if Wout was there, could he have stayed with Matthew?
Team Visma Leasebike didn't disappoint, in my opinion, did they?
No, they didn't disappoint. No, you couldn't. They actually did very well considering the circumstances. I'll give credit for that.
Absolutely. I think the both Van Dijk brothers are in top 20. Per Strandhagen was good. Christophe Laporte, he punctured on the first cobbled sector, but still got 25th, which is strong given the circumstances he's in.
Yeah, considering as well, he's been in, hasn't he, as well, which is not bad.
I've got a major disappointment though. He's Spanish.
Let's go on. All right. Mr. Mustache Man, Dieter will be like, "Oh, this guy is going to win." I actually genuinely don't know where he finished.
Did he finish? I don't think he finished actually. But Dieter said, if it's a dry Paris-roubaix, if the cobbles are dry, watch out. Oyer Lascano. I was on the hype train. I watched the weather conditions.
Yeah.
Cobbles were dry, so I thought in the morning, this will be the day. Oyer Lascano. The big engine is going to roar. But mate, first cobble sector, he was dropped already.
He just looked cooked, didn't he? I think, but it's very strange how he was like on the offensive in the Belgian classics, and you get to hear was something good with him, like an illness. I don't know.
Another disappointment, Soudal Quickstep. I know once again we need to mention them, but their first rider was, I think, Yves Lampaert, around 35th place or something. Come on. I thought Yves Lampaert, he's a specialist in Roubaix.
I mean, was he also trying with Tim Merlier as well, I think?
But Merlier crashed.
He had a mass. Imagine him trying to sleep with that wound. Oof.
I don't want to think about that.
Straight across his ass. They look quite nasty, bless him. But yeah, Soudal Quickstep. You have to play one card and play the other, isn't it? Remco and a yellow jersey, or be a good classic squad, and they've gone for Remco.
Take number 4. Tim van Dijk shouldn't have been relegated.
No, because you've seen the junior race in Paris-roubaix. It was literally basically just going on the grass nearly, but they did the exact same thing as what Tim van Dijk did, and then he relegated him.
So maybe for the listeners who didn't know what we're talking about, Tim van Dijk got relegated after he attacked on sort of gravel section next to the track. And then he got relegated because of that. But the same thing happened in the final of the junior race. It's sad. I think it was his first participation at Roubaix. Then you're in for a good result. You got relegated. Did you see the disqualification of Joshua Tarling?
With taking the mickey out with Josh for that, and that was quite funny because it's like another day, another Ineos. I don't know what they do, but he's literally been caught in 4K with a massive helicopter next to him with a sticky bottle. I mean,
it was super dumb.
You can't get away with it in Paris-roubaix, maybe in clipping.
But there was someone of the jury on a motorbike, like 30 meters behind the car. Yeah. Stupid. Do you think that's
silly?
Whose fault is that? Is it the rider's fault or the staff in the car?
Staff, it always has to be, doesn't it? I think because they have all the eyes and ears just looking around. Just At least look behind.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, take number 5 is a nice one. Lawrence Pitty is the surprise of the classic season.
Yes, I'd say 100%. He also was on the offensive in Paris-roubaix. He was very, very strong. For a guy from New Zealand is crazy as well, isn't it?
First participation as well.
First ever participation is crazy. Groupama FDJ did very well, in fact, in that race.
Absolutely.
Until I'm not gonna mention them again. The nemesis ruined the victory.
No, Pitty crashed pretty hard as well in the corner. He slipped over some gravel, then hit his shoulder pretty badly, but still, he chased that group for a very long time. And yeah, he didn't explode. I had the feeling so. Impressive Paris-roubaix and impressive classic season. Exactly.
Yeah.
I invited him to join his podcast, so let's hope we get him on to talk about it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you should have that never say die attitude, just all in. And then maybe in a few years, because he's ever so young, he has definitely the potential to win a few monuments.
Definitely. I also think he's out of contract after this season, so there will be a lot of teams interested in him.
Seen it. I think I've already seen the news of where he's going.
Tell me.
Hansgrohe.
Bora. Yeah.
That was from the DNL Benson guy in X. Yes. Yeah.
The kind of the transfer expert within cycling.
I don't know what your thoughts is on that, but see, I think it's good. Who else did it? They don't really have any classic guy, do they, really?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, my take number 6, you kind of ruined it already. It was little track tactics were weird at times. Should have put them in at take number 1. So let's skip that one and go to 7. Both of us thought Lotte Kopecky wouldn't be able to win when the sprint was launched.
Yes. But she's just a fuck, and I'll say, sorry, the bad language there, but she's just a unit. You know what? A complete unit. No, it's the same as Lawrence Pitty as well, with a never say die attitude.
When Marianne Vos launched her sprint, Kopecky was that far behind. I immediately thought, yeah, this is over. But then I don't know what happened with maybe a slice of back wind and then coming down from up the track onto the finish line. Yeah, I think
some slipstream effect there.
Vos exploded completely though, but still was an impressive win by Lotte Kopecky after Strade Bianchi, now also Paris-Roubaix. And then take number 8. Paris-Roubaix is the most beautiful one-day race on the calendar.
I'm thinking it.
So you have some doubts about which races?
I couldn't put. It's between Ronde and Paris-Roubaix, obviously, but I'd have to, go and see Paris-Roubaix in person to then compare it, because the Ronde it's just something about the Belgian fans and the atmosphere. It was crazy, but obviously Paris-Roubaix.
But still,
it's more entertaining.
Yeah, Paris-Roubaix. It's a kind of elimination race, and you got a lot of plot twists in there. It's something else. They always say you just need to keep riding when you're riding Paris-Roubaix. Keep going in whatever position you're in. You don't know where you might end up, and that makes it really special, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most unique events in all of sport, and probably generally in terms of what it does to the athletes.
Ethan, can you imagine riding over 55 kilometers of cobbles?
No. I'd be dead. I'd like to see, one person I'd like to see try is Dieter. I hope everyone just is in the comments there saying, Killer Dieter to do Paris-Roubaix Sportive next year.
Challenge him in the comments. What a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, next Sunday it's time for a new classic, Amstel Gold Race. The world champion Mathieu van Der Poel will once again be lining up. Do you think that's a smart decision, given the fact that he will race Liège against one Tadej Pogacar 1 week later?
No, because you want to go all in to prepare to face basically Goliath, isn't it? Pogacar.
Yeah, that was my idea as well. I think, he didn't party that hard after Roubaix, I think, but still there was room for a small party with his teammates. Just take 1 weekend off, go to Spain, take some rest, and then be ready for the big battle. But, he might as well win Amstel Gold Race.
I mean, it's the Netherlands, so he has to kind of go for it, I guess.
Who do you think will be the main rivals of Van Der Poel?
Ayuso, I like Ayuso, and a minute Ayuso has been very, very good in Tour of the Basque Country. He did have some crashes before as well.
But the team of UAE Team Emirates is
He
pretty
was very
strong.
McNulty, Almeida, Little Trek, Skelmoser has the ability to win this race as well.
He was good at Basque Country too, and he targets the Ardennes Classic, so I expect a lot from Skelmoser. We need to say at the time of recording we don't have any start list. It's all provisional at the moment, but UAE Team Emirates are lining up with Ayuso, McNulty, Almeida, and Hirschi. That's an insane squad. As you mentioned, Little Trek with Skelmoser and Bajoli is also a strong duo. Team Visma Lease a Bike is a big mystery at the moment. Probably Matteo Jorgensen will be there as the big man. He skipped Paris-roubaix because he wasn't feeling 100% fit. And I think that was a smart decision after Tour of Flanders, where he was completely empty at the finish. I don't know, next to him, Tige Benoot, he had some broken ribs, I think. So if he will be there, I don't know. Kelderman is on the provisional list, and Dylan van Baarle. What an enigma.
I mean, what he does, I don't know. You just cannot pick, can you, what he does?
He dropped out of the squad of Paris-Roubaix like 2 hours before the start of the race.
Yeah, he was sick before in the morning, wasn't he? When he woke up.
At Tour of Flanders, he was completely trash as well. So
yeah, Ineos, Tom Pidcock is 17th at Paris-Roubaix. His weight is insane, isn't it?
It is, and the way he was riding as well, the skill he showed, he was literally jumping over the holes in the ground. Yeah, he's something else. I expect a lot from Tom Pidcock, actually, at the Amstel Gold Race.
Yeah, I do as well. I think podium. I think.
Yeah, he got close once against Wout van Aert. Some people even say he should have won that. Next to Tom Pidcock, we also have Ben Healy, who returns to the one-day races. Healy was the one who chased down Tadej Pogacar last year. Do you think he is able to repeat that trick?
Yeah, I think so as well. I think he could. Obviously, Pogacar's not there now, so him on a nice solo attack, which he is renowned for, he could probably. I think he's one of the big favourites for this race, actually.
Do you put him next to Mathieu van der Poel, or is there no place for any other rider next to the world champion?
I think just below him, because I think he can probably beat him by outmaneuvering him with a tactic. I think.
Let's hope the tactics of the opponents are right this time. A rider I'm looking forward to, Maxim van Gils.
I swear I've seen an article that said he's skipping it. Like literally 13 minutes ago.
Is he skipping it?
I think he's skipping it, yeah.
Mate, you better be lying.
I am not kidding. Let me go and type it in.
I had high hopes for Maxim van Gils. He was so good at the start of the season, Strade Bianchi, but then he crashed and hurt his wrist.
Yes.
Somewhere.
No. He was skipping. That's it. He's skipping the one tomorrow. That's it.
The Brabantse Pijl, the one you can't pronounce.
I can't say it.
Yeah, I got big hopes. Together with Andreas Kroon, they have an interesting team as well. Dylan Teuns, he was so close to the podium at Tour of Flanders, but he showed he's in good form.
Yeah, definitely. Dylan Jones is one to watch there as well. Corbin Strong, if he can climb, as he has been renowned for, I think he's also a nice little outsider.
Yeah, Israel Premier Tech got a nice team with also Michael Woods, Williams, and Nylands. So multiple cards to play there. And then your team, Ethan. You know X?
Magnussen and Tobias Johannesson. Tobias is back from his injury, but it was not good for him.
Do you have any inside info?
No, not today. But Tobias is sure. You'd obviously imagine that Tobias is probably the guy that's going to go for it, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, I don't know how well he's recovered from I think his collarbone.
Collarbone he broke. Yeah, and he can definitely sprint as well for a climber as well. He's very good at sprinting.
What do you expect of the Amstel Gold Race from the race development?
Everyone is going to be like binoculars on Van der Poel and just literally try and. I think someone will try and attack from long and try and catch him out. I think there'll be a few team games.
Maybe that's a smart decision because, it's not that much of Van der Poel already has 30 race days this season, but he had a couple of tough races with Tour of Flanders, Gent-Wevelgem, E3, Paris-roubaix. He's not as fresh as, for instance, Ben Healy or Skjelmose or the guys from UAE Team Emirates. So maybe, a long-range attack could really fatigue him.
Yeah, I think so. And if you have like two riders, just send two riders up the road and then try something, At least try, rather than just
please try.
Yeah.
Are there any other riders you would like to mention?
Michael Matthews. I think if I was to pick anyone, Michael Matthews to win, I think personally, but it's nice. Fatigue resistance is. He had his Milan San Remo where he was ever so close. Ronda where he was stupidly relegated, which was stupid, which didn't make sense. So if you can follow Van der Poel, I don't know. I don't think you can follow Van der Poel, but you've obviously seen him. He is one breakaway in the Tour de France, where that climbing performance made me very rich and also scream like a little girl.
So, Ethan, is he the answer to your $1 million question? Is he going to win Amstel Gold Race on Sunday, Michael Matthews?
Yes. Who's your pick?
My pick is Tom Pidcock. Because, I think there's still a big chance Mathieu van der Poel will just add another classic to his honorary list, but I don't like to say the top favorite. So Tom Pidcock, he was actually pretty strong at Roubaix, and I think he's in great shape. So Pidcock show on Sunday.
I just don't trust Ineos. And I think he'll be isolated as well. That's an issue. But...
Yeah, might be, but we'll see. All right, that's a wrap for today's Domestique Cycling Podcast. Thank you for listening and or watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Adios.
I've got the spores, the sickness, there's the twins in my brain.